Whoa! Welcome back to Ninjas Are Butterflies, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a hot show today because we're talking about how the government has secret underground cities and they're not telling us about them, and we want in.
Also, this dude that's popping up on social media, is he the Antichrist? I don't know. Let's figure it out.
And did Jane Goodall find proof of Bigfoot?
What do you think, Lil?
Yes.
Oh, you heard it first!
This podcast is brought to you powered by Sunday Cool. Watch this!
Or listen.
I know.
11 years.
It's amazing.
11 years of Josh Hooper, Sunday Cool. What'd you learn in the decade, dude? Over a decade.
Keep your friends close and your enemies
Farther away.
further away because they're scary.
Because they're enemies. Why would you want to keep them close? I understood that phrase.
What would you be doing if your dad was like, you know how you said, Josh, come move back here and help me start this business, and
Yeah,
you would have said, no, I'm not interested. What would you be doing right
Oh, man. Probably still eating out of a dumpster.
Nicer ones, hopefully.
Yeah.
Maybe like a rich neighborhood dumpster, like a Hobby Lobby dumpster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
now? You said you were gonna go build sailboats in
Yeah.
Boston.
No, in I think it was in Maryland.
Oh,
What a life that would have led you.
Yeah, I found this. It was this internship to literally build wooden boats, like sailboats. But it was the coolest program. It costs a lot.
Yeah.
But I think if you paid at the time it was like $10,000,
Mm-hmm.
they would teach you how to build a boat, and you would build a sailboat, and then you could sail it away because you own the sailboat.
For 10 grand?
I think something
That's
like that.
a cheap boat.
I'm just saying.
That's
because you
awesome.
build it.
But still,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
That's dope.
I was so close to doing it, but then I realized I get seasick.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Have you seen the video of the two brothers who built a boat with intention to sell it, and then it sold? However, I forget how it played out. A storm jacked it up. They ended up getting the boat back, and so they just decided they were going to run charters off it. And so they live on an island with this boat that they made, and it's like a lucrative business for them.
Guys,
That's
let's
cool.
do that.
come on.
Let's stop the podcast. Let's just go live on an island and give people boat rides.
We'll just do a live stream from a sailboat every day.
It is kind of interesting how one decision really just changes everything for your whole course of life.
Yeah.
You say no to the coming to work for Sunday Cool. Build this company with your dad. You don't meet Lily.
I know.
You don't have Ada. You don't have Jane. You don't have your house. You don't have me, most of all.
I think I would
Yeah,
have
that's the scariest part.
I know.
become a mermaid, and you would have found me as a mermaid. Did you guys, speaking of sailboats, stop it. That's not what it would look like.
She can't swim. She can only do back, going backwards. She's doing circles.
Is that what I sound like?
When you're trying to get his attention, yeah.
Okay, listen.
Wait, because mermaids sing. So how would you sing to me
Stop
to
it.
lure me into the water?
Yeah, this is it.
No.
What's your siren
How would you lure
song?
Josh in there? Come on.
Hello, Josh.
Perfect. Dude, he's in the water. He jumps in the water, cannonball, swoops right towards you.
Listen, I feel like I'm gonna throw up. I had too much caffeine
Oh.
and vitamins. Listen, did you guys ever see that guy? It was like a year ago. This is really inspiring. This is like a Hope Corps
I was
story.
just about to talk about this.
His name is Sailing with Phoenix. I just looked up his handle. Like a year ago, he posted, he's like, I work at like Denny's or something.
No, a tire shop.
Tire shop. And he's like, and I
Same.
literally hate my life.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm so miserable. This sucks. It's not what life is supposed to be about.
Too tired.
A year late, he's like, I'm going to save up and I'm going to buy a sailboat and I'm going to sail the world.
Mm-hmm.
And then a year later, he posts, he did it.
Really?
He
yeah,
did
he's on his way from Oregon to Hawaii right now.
Holy moly.
That's
Right now.
That's
Solo.
heavy.
So this is the beginning of his journey?
Beginning.
Whoa.
Hopefully he makes it. Let's follow. Make sure he.
Heck yeah. What is his name?
Sailing with Phoenix.
Sailing with
You
Phoenix.
should show
Everyone
the
go check it
video
out.
down. Do you
Yeah.
want it? I have it
That's
right here.
wild.
I'll show you guys. I have it.
It's kind of crazy how much more connected you can be and how much more feasible it is. Like I saw one dude has Starlink, and it might be the same guy, but the fact that he can post during his solo excursion, you're
Yeah.
never actually like you can send solar power
I got
your
it.
Wi-Fi and you can SOS. You can be like, all right, I need rescue.
Where's the cord?
And you can work remote. I mean, you got Starlink. You literally can just do a remote job from the boat, which is the coolest thing. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to come back in to shore just to film, and then I'll help, like write and edit on the water.
Listen to this.
I feel like I'm gonna hurl.
My name is Oliver. I work a corporate job at a tire shop.
You might cuss.
I absolutely hate this life. Yeah, I'm going to buy a sailboat, and I'm going to sail around the world for the rest of my life until I die. This is the start of my journey.
Oh my goodness.
And this is day one of crossing the Pacific Ocean and sailing from Oregon to Hawaii.
That's dope.
And I made it past the graveyard of the Pacific, and this is my first time sailing outside of a river. And I'm going for Hawaii. So
Super
it should take
hardcore,
me... It could take me anywhere between 20 to 30 days. So feel free to follow the journey. There is nothing but open ocean.
So scary.
That's why. Usually it's like, follow me on my journey for the next year as I get enough money to buy a sailboat. And it's like drag. But the hard cut from in this car, depressed.
Yeah.
I want to quit. I want to live my life differently to literally be on the water. That's
did it.
wild, man.
Have you heard of check on your friends if they start baking bread because they're probably depressed?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Check on your friends if they start to want to sail across the world.
Yeah, for real. That's would you be able to do that, you think?
No.
Alone?
No.
Yeah, that would be tough.
You lived in like a mountain house by yourself, secluded.
Yeah, but on the ocean, because you can't like just sleep all the time. You have to be alert.
That's true.
Is that the most secluded you've ever been in Montana?
Yeah.
What about you? What's the most secluded we've all been? That's interesting. Because I think it tells a lot about your mental health. Like if we I'm watching Survivor, like we're binge watching it, and I just can't imagine being stranded or alone. I don't know. I think the longest I've had was maybe a couple days. I don't know.
I literally can't go 24 hours inside my house.
Yeah.
So no.
Sometimes you can be like for me, I wasn't far away from anything, but I was surfing by myself in a hurricane. And when you're only like 100, 200 yards off the shore. But when you're like drifting at like 20 knots, you're like, if it goes south, I'm by myself.
Yeah, that's scary.
I had an asthma attack duck diving under a wave and was like literally in a wetsuit, like,
no.
breathing out there. And I was like, this could be it.
No, thank you.
27 knots. Don't tie your thing on with 27 knots then. Make it easier to come off,
Yeah.
I didn't know he was a Boy Scout.
Dude, what would happen if I just booted right now on this couch?
Are you sick?
I took my vitamins. I ate like a little muffin.
5 minutes ago, you said you could run a mile.
We got some chips. You want some chips?
I'm eating this thing. It's not helping because it tastes terrible.
Yeah, it's probably expired as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
really?
It's probably expired.
Oh, come on.
Probably.
And aren't those supplement bars like you're adding vitamins
Oh,
to
no.
your vitamins?
Too
It's
many
like
vitamins.
3,000% of
I'll
her
tell you,
vitamin B.
You know what else is making me really sick? Josh and I started our oh my
Yeah, tell me about this
throw up
cleanse
thinking about
that you're
it.
doing.
We're doing a
Yeah, we had a fan send a bunch of Texas snacks from HEB, baby.
this
We
is
got
Korean.
a butter tort. Yes,
Korean barbecue flavor.
Korean
yeah.
barbecue flavor. Sure.
Oh my
It's not
God.
Korean.
Yeah.
It's from Texas. HEB, baby. We got a butter tortilla candle in there.
Oh my god.
They sent some little bows for the girls. It's really cute,
Aw.
like cowhide.
Yeah, we're
bows.
doing a parasite, heavy metal, and candida cleanse.
That's why you've been acting like that.
we're
parasite.
literally thinking like worms over here.
Yeah, tell me the situation. You said the one girl who had it, what happened to her?
Yeah.
Oh, it's my friend. I made a park friend. Her name is Raquel. She's super cool. Her and her husband own a nursery. I made her friend. Kelsey was there.
Yeah.
Plant nursery.
Plant
Yeah.
nursery. And she was like, I have so many worms. She constantly has worms. So do her children and stuff. But I think it's because they grow things. They are like always outside in the dirt.
Yeah.
Thinking about it is making me want to throw up anymore. Anyway, they do like detoxes all the time.
Yeah.
And she was doing a really hardcore one, not the one we're doing, like one that's just like blast these worms. And one of them crawled up her throat.
Bro.
Whoa.
I don't.
She saw it
I,
come
you
out.
told me
apparently-
I can't.
Apparently, in the majority of the world, except the U.S., parasite detox, cleansing, whatever, is a pretty common thing.
They just do it. Like
It's a
when you
common
see
practice.
a pediatrician,
Yeah.
they'll just give you your kid a detox you just take a supplement or something, like what you do with your dogs.
That makes total sense.
I mean, we're
doesn't it?
animals.
I wonder, but like for a dog with heartworm, you're supposed to check to see if they have it, because if you kill them while they're like locked in the system, you can literally cause cardiac arrest.
Oh no.
So like that's the thing that makes me nervous about doing like a cleanse. Like if you got a worm that's plugging a hole and it dies, it's forever dead there. Like you have to purge it rather than just kill it.
Well, you do that.
Okay.
So what we're starting with. So the kit we got is like a pretty gentle kit, and you start with something called the Gutty. It's called Gutty, and you put it in a glass of water.
It's like charcoal and chia seeds.
Yeah.
I can't even
That's
talk
just a
about it.
fiber bomb.
Yeah. Is that why I'm pooping so much?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Dang.
Hey, you figured it out.
It's a
Got to the
kidney-
bottom of the case.
Charcoal's a kidney cleanse too. It binds to the toxins in your body, and then you urinate it out, or you don't urinate it. It passes in poo poo.
I've got black pea.
He's got the black pea, Pop.
You just a stream of charcoal.
Anyway, it's an ordeal every morning trying to get that thing down.
Speaking of ordeal, do you want a song?
Yeah.
Now that we're 10 minutes into this episode.
Talk about poo poo pee pee. Poo poo pee pee poo.
We know that a lot of people
Oh, it's time to skip this part.
hate on our songs, and that's okay.
Is it though?
I don't know.
Because we work hard on these songs.
Yeah.
This is 141 episodes, and it's just, we're doing our best. We're giving you guys what we want to give you.
This is how we express our love for you guys.
And for you guys just to skip past it sucks. It hurts our feelings.
Yeah. So this song goes to you guys, the skippers. You guys get it. The song got flagged because we sang so beautifully.
Yep, and it was really good too because Josh sang as Lady Gaga, I sang as Bradley Cooper.
Yeah.
In the Shallows was the cover, and now we can't do it.
Yeah.
Now you got to go to Spotify
and listen to it there.
or
Patreon.
Patreon.com where there's no ads.
Yep. You get it.
So we're really sorry about that. We apologize. And if there's anything we could do to make this up to you,
We will.
we will. Just drop a comment, tell us exactly what we need to do,
Yeah.
and we will do it.
Okay, back to the show.
Was that the thing he does?
Yeah.
Are you crying? Oh,
Oh, man. Golly, dude.
That was powerful.
That gets me.
that's beautiful.
You see Lady Gaga perform in front of 2 million people in Brazil?
Yeah, did you see it got canceled because of a bomb threat?
Oh gosh.
At least she performed a little bit, though, right?
Yeah, she did. That was crazy.
It was
I've never seen 2 million people in one place.
one of the biggest concerts in history. I think Rod Stewart had one that's like a big one in Brazil as well. Brazil's huge. Brazil like the party, dude.
Guys,
Though.
did you guys know that Brazil's huge?
Did you know Brazil likes the party? Dude, let's move to Brazil, dude.
Yeah, speaking of Brazil, everyone be quiet.
Brazil?
Go easy on me. I'm gonna puke.
Huh?
Don't puke.
If you yell at me, I'm gonna throw up.
Boy, I'm not even planning on yelling at you. I don't know why you think that.
It's definitely no precedent for it. So.
Is that why you weren't clapping so hard or so enthusiastic about our songs? Because you're going to throw up?
It's like we're here.
Oh.
It would be awesome if she puked on the pod, though.
Don't please.
would be
I'm a
memorable.
scream puker.
Speaking of puke.
Yeah.
And making are things that are just sick or not sick. Depends on how you look at it. Today's question, sent in by a viewer. Do mothers really deserve a day?
Ooh, Mother's Day is Sunday, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lil, what do you think? Do mothers really deserve a day?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, boy.
We do.
Don't love that answer.
Don't love that either. Because obviously we're talking about a day that is the worst day ever, where your children are taken from you and the world's on fire and
Armageddon, basically.
Armageddon.
A day of Armageddon.
And that's sad because I don't think mothers deserve a day like that.
I don't think you would ever say that.
I would never say that.
No, we don't feel
I don't
that
know
way
why.
at all.
Why are you saying that? Because you're a mother, and you think you deserve a day like that. I don't think you deserve a day like that. But
No,
apparently, maybe you think other mothers deserve a day like that. Is that what she's saying?
Not
No.
her
Not
included.
her,
Yeah.
but other mothers.
Yeah, absolutely.
All the other mothers.
That's what she's insinuating.
That's insane.
I never said that.
It is what you said. If I'm getting this right, Andy,
I think you're
is that
hearing-
what she said?
I think you're hearing it loud and clear, Josh. I don't
So
think there's
you
any
think
mistake.
all mothers deserve a day that is just the worst day of their lives?
No, because you made this up and it seems like you want that.
How
What?
dare you?
Listen, he's so in love with mothers.
I'm so
he
in love
came
with
from
mothers.
one and he married one.
Yes,
Okay?
I did. I love mothers.
When's the last time you married a mother?
Exactly.
I love
Because
it
you
so
don't
much
care.
I became one.
Yeah. After he helped you make you one. All
Yeah.
right? All right?
I so desperately wanted to be with a mother.
But you made it happen.
I made it happen.
That's why?
Yes. That's the only reason. Because I think you as a mother deserve a day that's away from harm and
Yep.
destruction.
Yeah.
But apparently you want that for mothers?
Mm-mm.
That's what she's saying on this.
That's what she's saying.
Big Hit
Well,
Comedy Podcast.
I guess happy Mother's Day, mothers. Lily doesn't think you deserve it. She thinks you deserve the opposite. That's what you're saying?
No.
That's what she said.
That's what
Well,
I heard.
You guys heard it first. Everything I just said. Welcome to the show.
Did I say ninja? I meant butterfly. The butterfly is no doubt one of God's most beautiful creations.
Does it empty your mind?
You learn martial arts! Ninjas attack!
Everything I just said over the past 5 minutes. Oh, happy Mother's Day, Lil.
Happy
Thanks.
Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day to all the moms listening.
Hey.
If there's anybody listening, go tell your mom Happy Mother's Day.
Speaking of Happy Mother's Day,
Yeah.
go get yourself a new t-shirt, mothers.
That's our specially themed Mother's Day t-shirt. You guys should check it out. It's NAB. It's our cryptid tee. A lot of people have been saying, I want some stuff on the front of the shirt, not just the back. Guess what? This one's all the way. I'm not going to say full frontal, but I'm going to say on the front fully. And then on the sides as well has all the famous cryptids like the Chupacabra, the Thunderbird, the
So
Nessie,
cool.
and of course the owl.
The owl.
The most evil of all.
The
Our
most-
girls are fascinated with owls, by the way. They're like,
So
do you know
are
your
ours.
their eyes can't move? That's why their heads turn.
Ew.
Wait,
It's
is that
like-
true?
Like apparently they just always stay locked in.
Ew.
Yeah, that makes it worse, right?
Yeah.
They can't just like I told the girls because they like it when I say I was like the owl couldn't give the bombastic side eye. They could just like look over. which would be
side eye.
bombastic side eye.
I just saw your girls. Everyone's so teeny.
Yeah, we've been out in the sun a lot.
Yeah.
SundayCoolSwag.com.
SundayCoolSwag.com. Get your
You'll
shirts
hear about
today.
it more on the ad.
Stop. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, they will.
I just want to get a
Yeah, for sure. They definitely all need to go because we're dropping some more for the next couple weeks.
and it's limited. We only printed a handful, so get going.
Yep. People have been asking for that JFK shirt back,
Oh,
which I think we
Yeah, we can
make
bring
a
it back.
special
Yeah.
run.
Bring
Maybe
it back.
maybe November just for his anniversary.
yeah.
Aw.
That'd be good.
Hey, so some things are happening when this comes out. We're filming this on Tuesday, right?
Yes.
This comes out on Friday.
That's quick turnaround.
That is very quick turnaround. Two things are happening on
Okay.
Wednesday, which has already happened.
May 7th. Yes.
May 7th.
What's happening?
Me and Andy are on the.
Everybody's Live with John Mulaney on Netflix.
Yay!
Did you know that?
I mean, he didn't know the date. You knew that we were going to be on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not our
but it's
faces,
not
just a
gonna-
phone call.
Yeah, it's just a phone call.
And there's no attachment to ninjas or butterflies. It's just literally just going to say Andy from Tavares, Florida.
Yeah.
And then potentially me. They said they might not have enough time for me.
Yeah,
But-
we're going to see. They're going to be talking about the
Real ID implementation, which
Yes.
was implemented on Wednesday. And we're talking conspiracy-based stuff around it.
Cool.
Yeah, which is wild. So
Yeah.
everyone go to Netflix and check that out.
Are we
Which
going to
let's-
get into that a little bit on this show?
Yeah, let's talk. We can talk about it now.
Let's talk about
But the second thing that's happening.
Yeah.
Then we'll talk about that. The second thing that's happening or happened on Wednesday is the beginning of Conclave.
Oh, okay. So the rest is over. The grieving part's over.
Mhm. The choosing of the new pope. So when this comes out, there could potentially be a new pope. And if his name is Peter,
Oh boy.
there will have been an emergency episode. Guaranteed.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
But what about this guy did you see the guy that is saying that he's probably
We're getting to that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He said his name is Peter.
No, it's not.
Peter Pettigrew?
He said the word Peter, the name
The
Peter.
new Peter.
The new Peter.
Oh, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. Come.
I'm too excited.
Yeah. Well, let's
Don't
talk about
throw
real.
up.
Let's talk about real ID. So
Yes. Real ID is in effect May 7th, but it started back officially 2005, correct?
2005 from the 9/11 Commission hearings and stuff. So we got the 9/11 happened, and then the Patriot Act passed, right? Which is basically spying on U.S. citizens, to put it bluntly, simply. And then in 2005, this thing got passed it's called Real ID, and it is a federalized identification system that everyone in the nation will have to have in order to, they said, basically fly domestically. But they've been trying to pass this thing since the 80s.
Oh, weird.
So from 1980s, they've been trying to federalize identification to no avail because they said it is bordering on like privacy issues, weighs heavily on like low income areas, just because getting a new ID and all that stuff, that's it's not easy.
And then a terrorist attack happens.
And then a terrorist attack happens, and then all of a sudden,
and if you don't agree with this, then you don't want our planes safe. And how would you? Are you anti-American? If you, I mean, I'm telling you, if you don't want to get a real ID and turn in your birth certificate, your marriage license, all this stuff, and get it digitized in one digital database for your whole government, you're terrible. You're not American.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, why would you not want the planes to be safer? That's what it's all about, right?
It's literally a ninja's gaslight.
Dude, I mean, it's crazy. I mean, I think it really is wild that, like, I mean, is this normal? Maybe is this just the next phase? But we've been doing flight travel for a really long time.
Yeah.
Nothing like 9/11 has happened ever since in the past 20 years.
I know it.
And it's, but that's not going to fix it.
No. And me and Andy, we're basically breaking it down on the show in two parts. He's talking about how much it resembles the Chinese, like the beginning implementations of the Chinese social credit score.
Yeah.
Which is nuts.
Yeah.
And because we were looking into it further. So basically, the Chinese social credit score is a real thing.
Yep.
It's implemented in China. They had already passed a nationwide identification system. So everyone has something very similar to the Real ID in China. The next step was the social credit score. And basically, they gave like a list of things that happens to lower your credit score. So like court rulings, so like refusing to pay debts, criminal convictions, traffic violations. So I saw one thing, jaywalking can ruin your social credit score.
And those cameras catch it all too.
Everything.
Yeah.
They're ultra surveillance.
You just get a ticket in your mail a month later and you're like, what?
Yeah. Online speech or protest involvement.
Wow.
So that could just range from anything, really. That's so broad. Then unpaid taxes or fines.
Didn't Meta get brought over there too? Like that's official?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay. Maybe it may be not official, but we were talking about how Zuckerberg was in conversation with China and making exchanges.
I think they have not.
It's not there yet.
Let Meta in, yeah.
But it would be an additional tool for that surveillance.
Oh, yeah.
For them. Yeah.
But if your credit score gets lowered, that bans you from flying on a plane, a train, sometimes even a bus.
Automobile.
It keeps you from enrolling your children in private schools, applying for certain jobs or promotions. This one was a crazy one. They can slow down your internet speed. Just little inconveniences to make your life miserable. And then public shaming via government lists or media alerts. So I saw this one thing where they literally have like a LED screen board like in this one city, and they just display faces and names like this person jaywalked, like they're just a terrible person. And like it's like public shaming.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. And so
it's not the type of world we want to live in.
No.
I mean, there's a newspaper in Oklahoma that's called Jailbirds, and all it is that week's mugshots of all the counties, like arrests, and that alone is crazy.
Yeah.
People like sit around and they look at it, and it's shameful.
Yeah.
But this is saying like tiny things. You get a parking ticket. You jaywalk. You're late. You don't guess what? You don't
litter,
get a
too.
job. Yeah, you litter. Which
I'm about that one.
Which I'm all for fines, but public like shaming. Like this is we're getting to a weird spot, and I don't know. This is, I mean,
and that's a far step from the real ID, but it is, I think, is a beginning step.
But they
for sure.
started somewhere.
Yeah.
And this isn't going to just stop. Like this privacy thing, like they're blurring the line constantly. It's little freedoms here and there. So it's not a big deal. But China just did it all at once and is like, this is the way we're living now.
But they do more than negative reinforcement too. They do positive reinforcement. I saw a video of a dude.
That's how they'll push it. Yeah.
Yeah. There was a dude in a taxi and he was like asking questions about the Chinese government, and the dude in Chinese, like calls the cops and he's like reporting this person because apparently China considers people who are immigrated in or there for vacation. But if they start asking these questions, they immediately consider them spies. And if they turn them in, I forget how much money it is, but there's literally an immediate financial reward for turning somebody like that in. But you think about, like, if the goal is, you talked about like lower income sectors, if the goal is to get those people on board with this system, it's like, hey, if you catch someone jaywalking, we're going to drop $500 in an account.
Oh yeah.
It's like, shoot, like,
yeah,
I'm in.
Gives everyone that, and that's the thing. It'll be
it's
like
just a police state at that point, which China is.
Exactly.
But they'll even make it rewarding. Like, listen, this is for you guys. We're doing this for you. Like, this
your
is gonna,
protection.
This is going to be great for your future. Think about this social credit score. Think about all that stuff that no one sees that you're doing. You're able to now push yourself farther in life because of this.
Yeah,
and it's like there's such a negative side to it, and they're doing mass surveillance already, right? Now we're going to have all these documents digitized for every single person.
Yeah.
And there just comes a time where it's like, that's a lot of information that could get hacked. Why are we giving it to them? Why can't we just show them if this is a real ID where the other one's fake?
Yeah.
I mean, what do we, I don't get it.
That's just, the beginning process of federalizing absolutely everything. This is where my part, if I'm on the phone call at all, is talking about, it's the laying the groundworks for a potential one world government, i.e. the Agenda 2030, which is one of their bullet points is digital ID. So they want the whole world to be under digital ID and eventually biometric identification, which I don't even know how you do that.
Well, dude, remember when we were on the airplane?
Yeah.
Coming back from England?
Oh, with the face
and
scanning?
And they're reading our faces, and it's like, when have you ever even read my face?
Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah, apparently that's a voluntary thing. You don't have to do this face scanning.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know, man. It just feels weird, especially not be able to go into federal buildings without a real ID.
Yeah.
Like, what are we, like, this is a driver's license.
But
you gave me.
Yeah, they've been collecting our biometric data already. Like, you open your phone, it's scanning your face.
Yeah,
and
there's
like,
totally.
To make payments, you scan your face.
Yeah, we act like surveillance in China is just as bad. No, they're doing 100% the same thing.
We see in China now, they have it to where you don't even have to have your wallet or phone with you. They have a camera that just scans your face and it pays for the stuff.
That's great. Oh yeah, you walk into a store, right?
Yeah, you walk into a store, you put like at a 7-Eleven, you put something on the counter and there's a camera, it scans your face, it's paid for. And so we already have all the tools and all the data.
How's the Amazon stores work? Isn't that the same thing?
Yeah, I don't know if those.
I think you scan your phone at the beginning, like you register your account, and then it just makes sure you have an account, and then it just scans everything you're doing in there.
And obviously with AI on the rise, they can do anything.
Yeah.
They have like the capability for like aging. So like if you age, AI knows what you're going to look like. And
I mean, think of all those photos we've uploaded of our previous selves and now what we look like. It's like you're just feeding them more data. And I get it. We're all guilty of this, but it's being packaged as this new technological world where it will be easier for you. We're
safe.
We're doing this for you. That's not true. They're not doing any of this for us.
No, it's all for power,
and
control,
information, selling all that data. I mean, there's no way. There's not. That's the biggest thing I want people to realize. Is like there is malicious intent behind this. Obviously, there has to
Yeah,
be
for sure.
something this federal and this big.
Yeah. So I don't think it's good.
No.
Not good.
No, but
Very
we do
weird.
have our real IDs just because we live in Florida. So
Yeah,
most
it-
states are.
That was the
doing it now,
craziest
but-
thing when you were like, you already have one. It's like,
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
What
the
do you
little,
mean?
It's the star on your
Driver's license.
Driver's license.
Oh, so we already have it.
Yeah.
You have to look at yours, but yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Mine still says Andrew's address on it.
Oh, jeez, dude.
That's I might delete that.
But also, speaking of crazy things, Canada has a new prime minister. You saw that?
No,
I
Trudeau-
did.
I did not know.
I saw the weird.
So
dancing
Trudeau's
video.
gone?
Trudeau's gone.
Okay.
But this guy was not elected in. He was just put there. So Trudeau's out, and this guy was, it basically just replaced him.
Is he interim? Like, is he just for a little while?
They're
or-
saying, yeah. But I saw some clips, and I don't know if it was like AI or deep fake,
Mhm.
but he doesn't seem like he's all that
Yeah.
good.
No.
No.
What's wrong with him? What's
Well,
going
one-
on?
He's a robot.
He worked for the World Economic Forum.
Okay.
One. That's a big
Oh boy.
woo. But I saw this clip, and if it's true, this is wild. But he's like immediately starting to do things like all cars before the year 2000 will be basically illegal to drive in Canada in, I think, like in a year or something, or 3 years.
What?
Listen to this. And he also said getting rid of window tints, that will be like a federal charge, and trucks with lifts on them. You have to take them down.
This guy got beef with cars, the car industry or something?
I don't know.
What is
But
going on?
they're Canada. There's wilderness. Like, you actually need lifted vehicles.
And again, I don't know if this was like an AI trick or something.
Yeah.
But I have heard him say other stuff. You're just like, okay.
Weird.
Yeah. But it's all about becoming green, and it's like with the
But
Paris Agreement. Is that what
Yeah.
it
I'm
is?
not sure. But California does that stuff too. There's like
The emission.
well, yeah, I saw videos of cops, like dudes who buy sports cars. You know, like they'll buy like a BMW M3 or something that has like already a really loud exhaust, or like a Mustang that comes from the factory. And there's cops just harassing dudes. Like, this
Yeah.
dude was on his way home. He's like, it's bone stock. He's like, pop your hood. He popped it. He was like, that doesn't look stock. And the dude's like, I don't know what to tell you, man.
It's crazy.
I just bought it. And yeah, but they're literally like writing tickets, taking cars. That's in America. So, I mean, Canada's got to be
Yeah.
worse.
And I don't know if this was like a major slip up, but his wife was basically up there on stage before he came on, and she said something like, and we're going to make Canada poor.
What?
Yeah. And everyone's like, hey,
I
what?"
think-
It was weird.
That was like an intrusive thought
Yeah.
that came out.
So, Canada, let us know how you're doing. Do you
Also-
like him?
What's going on with?
Do you like me?
Do you? We'll get rid of all the
I don't
old
know.
cars.
Yeah.
I saw somebody say. Now, obviously, this isn't my opinion, but someone said, "Why do you think China doesn't care about climate change?
Oh, because they're already communist country.
Because they're already gotten control of their people."
Yeah.
And it's like, oh no,
Yeah,
oh
literally.
no. I mean, because the thing is, yeah, obviously, what we're doing to this earth is affecting.
They're
it
like one of the
somehow.
most
Yeah.
polluted countries too.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
but you
Yeah.
can't tell me what we're doing as everyday human beings. We are not adding to this as
Yeah.
much as they are, and so it's like, don't make it our priority, because you know they're going to be flying in private jets, having all the cars
Yeah.
that they
Yeah.
want.
Yeah.
We really don't know what's real. I follow a hunting channel, and a dude posted a video of a polar bear he killed. And his caption was, I know everybody's going to freak out when they see this because everyone believes the populations are dwindling. And he was like, that's not true where I am. We actually have an issue where they're growing. He was like, so
Wow.
I harvested a bear. Now, I don't know if that dude's telling the truth and just wanted to,
Yeah.
take a polar bear.
Yeah.
But like, who knows? Like, I haven't been up there.
I
I don't
do-
know what's
Dude, the
happening.
alligators, I feel like the alligators are just like, I mean, they're in mass right now.
Speaking
We
of
can-
that,
They're everywhere.
Oh.
you got to apply. I just applied
Oh,
for
okay,
my
yeah.
tag.
Yeah. I wanna get a gator this season.
You have to pick a lake though, right? And then do lottery.
So my buddy will take us. It's less than a 50% chance that you'll get it, like far less. And so when you guys are ready, shout out Trevor, he will put you guys on the lakes. Like, he already knows where they are. and so he's going to tell you what lake.
Could you do Lake Dora or no?
I think Lake Dora is protected, which is why it's
has
so
the
bad.
biggest gators in it.
Go out
Dude,
there.
mutant gators.
I asked
They're
him though.
big, dude.
I said I don't want to like get a tag and then go like pluck a 3-foot gator off the side. He said we don't take anything less than 10 foot.
10
And-
feet
Heck
And
yeah.
long?
to just get that on the get out on
Dude,
the paddleboard
we're gonna
with a shotgun.
No, dude, I told him, I said, I'm on this primitive weapon kick. He said, I do have a harpoon if you want to do it.
A
that way.
harpoon?
I was like, I think I
That'd be
do.
rad.
It's like Moby Dick, but Floridian.
Yeah. We'll
But
get a
he
just
said-
big old gator head right here.
Dude.
So Trevor's wild. He's like, we'll do, he was like, just caution to the wind type guy. But then when I said harpoon, he was like, look, when we do this gator hunt, he said, turn your brain off. You have to, if I tell you to do something, you can't think it through. He's like, you have to listen and do what I say. He goes, it gets hairy. And I was like, I'm kind of fired up by that. So
Let's go.
harpoon on a 10 foot.
You guys are like this right now.
The three of us could take that
Can I-
gorilla.
Can I do a quick conspiracy real quick?
Sure.
I don't love this. Because did you see that conspiracy about Robin Hood, the movie, like that one that came out like 2008?
With Russell Crowe?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Let's see here.
Just before you do that real quick.
And I'm Javert.
Speaking of things growing, you see that the Antarctic is growing more, or it's more ice than it has been in like 50 plus years.
What?
It's like rapidly becoming more icy in the Antarctic.
Yeah, my dad will be like, like he's like so that way, and he's like, there's no such thing as like global warming. He's like, it's called climate change. Our Earth has changed 1,000,000 times or whatever.
That's right. I'm on board with that.
I'm on board with that too, but we have to have some kind of impact. The
I'm
way that
sure,
we
yeah.
live has had an
Well,
impact
I think
on
just
this Earth.
environmentally.
Oh yeah,
I don't think we are affecting weather patterns though.
we are though with
I mean,
chemtrails.
Well,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
we
sure.
aren't. They are.
They are. Yeah.
I don't want to jump Andy's conspiracy, but I have one on weather and like environmental manipulation.
Oh,
that
we got
started
it.
in the
We got it
40s.
all today,
Hey.
baby.
This
Go
is,
ahead,
this
go
is just
ahead.
real quick because I
Okay.
didn't believe it because have you seen how certain streaming shows will edit certain parts out?
They did that for The Passion
Yeah,
on Netflix.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they did that.
What
What did they take out?
They took out the beginning verse from Isaiah at the beginning
Why?
because it
Because it
it's-
discredits
would be anti-Semitic or something,
Judaism?
or it discredits Christianity that a prophet spoke about Jesus is coming in the book of Isaiah. So Netflix took it off the
Isn't that
beginning
wild?
screen.
Isn't that crazy?
What?
And I
Does
saw
not make you
that.
mad?
And I saw this one. I said, "There's no way," because in Robin Hood, the one with Russell Crowe,
Mm-hmm.
there's the very first thing after they do all the production companies. There's a scroll that pops up, and in old lettering it says, "In times of tyranny and injustice,
I
when
remember
law oppresses the people, the outlaw takes his place in history.
And they took that out of Netflix.
Only in the U.S." Canada, Ireland, people from Britain.
No way.
They're like, it's on ours
We're getting so played, you
in
guys.
America. And I just played it, and it doesn't.
We're getting so played.
It
We are
literally is
getting
just
played, dude.
it literally is just a blank screen
Profit-
for 10
dude, it's
seconds.
just-
Everybody go buy a bow.
I mean,
my
this,
gosh,
you talk
literally.
about physical copies of things.
But what are
They are erasing history, and I know it's just a dumb movie.
No,
but
but
if you
that-
think
if
they're
that's
doing
a
it with a
little thing-
movie,
Yeah.
they're doing it on such bigger levels.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes no time.
Exactly.
When digital comes through, it's like it takes no time for them
That's
to
so
do
crazy. So quoting the prophet Isaiah in relation to Christ is anti-Semitic.
Yeah. I mean,
that. I'll
because
read the quote.
No, but anti-Semitic, that's the thing about the direction we're going in. I know this
Well,
is
no.
what is going to get canceled, but anti-Semitic is a really strong word.
well, listen. This is why the argument is that, and you can go down a huge rabbit hole with this, but basically it's anti-Semitic because ultimately the Jews, the people of Israel, killed Christ.
oh, I see.
So that makes the Jews the bad guys in their eyes. Us, it's just like, well, this is just prophecy. Jesus was a Jew, you know,
Exactly.
and his followers were also Jewish. They just followed Christ.
Wait,
the
Jesus was
Messiah.
a what?
Stop it.
And so, like, when you put a reference from the Old Testament that the Jews, that's their scripture, right? A reference to the Christ was killed by the Jews. The Christians think that the Jews are bad. And that's not the case, but that's the way it plays out.
Oh, wow.
The verse is,
Yeah.
he was wounded for our transgressions,
Right.
crushed for our iniquities. By his wounds we are healed.
Mm-hmm.
And they took that out.
Bruv,
And that's how they decided to open it.
In the Passion, when he steps on the snake's head too, and the fulfillment of what was said in Genesis.
Yeah.
Such a good movie.
Crush
Guys,
his
go watch
head
it.
and bruise your heel.
Have you guys heard about what Britain did after the Revolutionary War with language and deletion?
No.
This is from, I don't know how to say his last name. It's Aaron. He was here when we did the all the youth pastors.
LaBarge.
Yeah. And so I asked him if like he could send me the reference to verify this, but he hasn't even seen the message yet. But he said after the Revolutionary War, Great Britain did a thing where they changed their language, proper English, like what was in the King James Version or Shakespeare. They started using them in books and publications, and they were trying to delete the common tongue. They were trying to separate American English from their English, and it was a play to make our writings seem inferior and less sophisticated. And so I think that's really interesting when you even look back as far back as that.
Yeah.
If that's true, I'm waiting to find out if it's true. I was hoping one of you would affirm that.
No, I mean, that would make sense, making the Americans sound dumb.
I think we should just adopt that. We should read only KJV, and we should talk like that.
Well, also, have you seen those videos where they go to England, like, can you do your best American accent? They do one of two. They're like, hey, I'm from America. Or they're like, or they do like the Valley. You're like, hey, what's up? I'm from America.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, that's what they think.
It probably isn't the prettiest sounding ever, voice.
Accent, yeah.
I think I sound very nice.
Doesn't this sound nice?
Dude, weather conspiracy real quick.
Yeah.
All right. You know how it's been dusty and full of pollen?
Yeah, bro.
And it's crazy. So the dust, you remember the Dust Bowl that happened in the early 1900s? I follow a hunting account, and I can't remember it. Sorry, I can't shout you out if you're watching. But what they were saying is they like track weather patterns. We went back 1,000 years looking at historic documents, and every 89 years is like a severe drought. And apparently 2025 is that year. And so like, I mean, we got rain yesterday, which was like the first time in forever.
Like a month and a half.
But apparently that's what's been happening. But a lot of people are talking about the pollen and how bad that's been. I mean, my car is yellow from the amount of pollen. But in the 40s, they did this thing where they were recommending, while they were doing all of these new neighborhood builds and stuff and planting trees, there's actually a document, federal document, where they were recommending the planting of male only trees, because there are male and female trees.
Yeah.
And the plant only male because they won't have the pollution of seeds falling to the ground in cities. And so apparently that's been an ongoing thing. So you have these trees that can't repopulate, and all they can do is spread pollen. So this entire pollen wave is a result of bad
city management
and just a bad management of plants in general.
Wow, it's amazing.
Well, that's what, I mean, Bill and I saw a video where he talked about the 80-year cycles.
Oh,
so
really?
that's close to, like, every 80 years there is it's like a switch in history. So like you can do that with like the world wars and natural disasters. It's like every 80 years there's like this natural cycle, which is super freaky.
Will Smith slapping Chris Rock, that's when it all changed.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait for the next one. Who do you think it's going to be?
I don't know. Hopefully someone that deserves it.
Yeah, speaking of slapping. We got it! Don't go anywhere! I cut you off. I'm sorry.
You're good. You're good.
I do have to pee so bad.
Mothman, Nessie, Bigfoot, Thunderbirds, Chupacabra.
Owls?
Yes!
Oh,
and you can wear them all now on this awesome new Ninjas and Butterflies t-shirt that you can only get at SundayCoolSwag.com.
Listen, we printed here at Sunday Cool. It's a long sleeve. We got prints on the side, a huge, massive print on the front that everyone you walk by, they're going to point at and say, I want that shirt. Where'd you get that shirt? And you can tell them SundayCoolSwag.com. It's a limited edition. We are not printing these ever again in the history of Sunday Cool unless we want to or decide to later. So get it now. It's cheap. It's affordable. It'll be sent to you probably the same day that you order it. So why not wait? Don't be scared of cryptids. Go to SundayCoolSwag.com and order your shirt today.
Boom. Oh.
You have donuts.
Good donut.
You didn't think to get me one? I'm over here choking on my vitamins. You didn't think to give me a
You
donut?
just talk about how you want to throw up.
Yeah, that's
Why would I give you
because
more
I
sugar?
need to eat.
More sugar?
Those chips are good, aren't they?
Dude, they're tasty, but it's giving me acid reflux because I got puke right here.
But a donut will help.
Try.
But a donut will help.
A donut a day takes the puke away.
Ow!
What's wrong?
Yow!
Oh my gosh, Andy, what's wrong?
No, what's that? Ah!
What?
Yeah!
Andy, you're scaring me.
I need something's wrong with my mind, man. Something's wrong with I'm working slow. I can't think straight. All the thoughts are just running around.
You need some
like
clarity?
a bull in a china shop. I can't help. I need some clarity,
You
man.
need some clarity? How about Magic Mind?
What's a magic mind?
Boom!
Can I have that, please? My
Sure.
head hurts. Wow! That's not gonna look good at all.
Yeah, it will.
Man, that's amazing. I can't wait to
Where
drink this
is mine,
because
though?
I tossed it to you. What are you talking about?
You threw it at me?
Yes, I threw it right there.
No.
Yes,
Oh, yeah, you did. It's right
Promise
here.
you. What are you talking about? Listen, you haven't had your magic mind today because
No,
you are
running
all over the
slow.
place.
No.
But we're gonna drink this real quick.
Hey guys, go to magicmind.com/ninja and use the code ninja20 to get a significant discount on your Magic Mind subscription.
It helps lower my stress. It helps clean up my mind and gives me a clean energy focus. I'm ready to storm the Statue of Liberty
Amen to that.
and take ownership over it, all because of Magic Mind.
Proxy.
Whoa!
Thanks, Magic Mind.
Thank you, Magic Mind, so much. We love you.
Mwah. We got so much to talk about.
I know, we're just so
Do we?
eager.
I still have a lot.
Well, that's good because you were worried that we didn't have enough today.
I know.
Do you want to skip my segment? Because my question's not that good.
We also haven't even talked about Orange. We were at Orange all week.
Oh yeah, we were in Atlanta.
It was fun.
You're just having fun in Atlanta with all your boyfriends and just hanging out.
It was great. We didn't even have to work, which is awesome. We just got to hang out and have fun. That was amazing. That's the best part about it.
Those are good, right? Like
They're so good.
amazing.
Bomb. Thanks, HEB.
Yeah. I gotta find the letter that the fan wrote.
Have you seen the?
No, it's in the box still, I think.
It is okay.
Let me go grab it.
I can reach it.
Are you sure it's in there? Because I
Yeah,
looked
there
and
is.
I didn't
There's
see
a,
it.
there's a.
Oh, okay. I just want to see who it's from.
Oh shoot! I didn't realize I was thrown two.
It's pretty good for throwing.
We have the best NAB family in the world, dude.
Oh, dude.
They just
tell
send
me
us some stuff all the time that's just like, because we
Ruthie.
don't have snacks.
Ruthie.
Ruthie, thank
How do you say your last name?
Wereland. Wereland.
Where? Land?
Wereland.
Ruthie Wereland. Thank you so much for the. There's a lot of stuff in that box too, like a bunch of goodies.
That's so sweet. You know, Ruth is a really good girl's name.
She's a stay-at-home mom
Oh, sick. Me too.
and a guy with a killer mustache. 5-year-old Callahan and a 4-year-old Messa May.
Oh,
That's a
come
cute
on.
name. That's a cute name.
Thanks, Ruthie.
I hope I have kids one day, dude.
Me too.
Like
But
everyone just won't let me have them.
yeah. Question. What the questions are fresh on the mind?
Okay, I have like 2 questions. I'm going to start with the first less good question, and then we'll move on to the other one. Just because I was driving around today and I thought about this and I wanted to know from you guys. What is your most favorite car you've ever owned?
My first truck.
What was it?
It was a 1982 GMC S15.
I don't know what that means. It was blue?
It was a little pickup truck with a bench seat and a long pickup bed.
Oh, cool.
It was just, I bought it, no money. It was great.
and that
had
was freedom.
I've had a lot of cool cars, but they've all had problems.
I mean, you had a van. Yeah, that's fine though.
I've
Hey,
had
you
a
VW bus.
What's your
1972 VW bus, a 1966 Ford Mustang, but my favorite was the 1996 Toyota Tacoma.
Dude, and with your wooden truck bed?
Yeah, I made a wooden
Oh my
truck
gosh,
bed.
you'd drive by town.
Hey, boys.
Do you ever want to go back and buy that? Like if you could find another that was like low mileage and a
Yeah.
heartbeat.
For sure. It was such a fun
1000%.
truck. And it had like, I think when it finally took a dump, I was at like 400,000 miles.
Wow.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's pretty great.
Drove it to Montana and back 2 times, to Indiana multiple times, Michigan multiple times.
I don't
Those
trust
things-
new cars like that, dude.
No.
That's
Yeah.
scary just to even drive. Like, I wanted to go to Montana with the girls and take a big road trip.
Yeah.
That's so scary.
I think my favorite vehicle that I've owned has to be I had a 1990 Z71 short bed step side, and that thing was in custom ordered with that like light blue with some sparkle from Chevy. Bought that thing from an old guy in our church. It had like 50,000 miles on it, and it turned out that his son is like part of the same community that I surf with, and apparently everyone I surfed with knew the truck because when he had bought it, his son would like that was I get to drive Dad's truck, and so he ran around with that. So it was just like there was
That's
like
cool.
community and history, and Chevy V8 classic truck.
Man.
V8. What about you?
Mine was most assuredly my green convertible bug.
Yeah, that was the one I met you with. And I remember we had to fix a tire one time.
I know. I drove it
That was
for
pretty
forever.
cool.
It was my favorite car. And I even loved it so much that when I had to get rid of it when we had kids because they wouldn't fit in there. And I'm like, maybe we should keep it and they could turn it into a jungle gym.
I'm like, no.
There's still a dead patch of grass in my lawn from where that thing got left.
Parked.
Yeah, at the end of it, the inside of that bug looked like what was it?
Pirates of the Caribbean.
No, it looked like what's the movie with Will Smith and Mark
Will Smith and Mark.
No, not Will Smith. Will Ferrell and
Oh, the other guys.
Oh, yeah.
other guys. You know, with the homeless
Pizza
dudes.
Cruiser.
That's what the inside looked like after.
I saw
Oh.
one for $1,800 on Marketplace the other day.
Oh, man.
Almost sent it to you, but
I'm gonna be buying a backpack for Pico, so I'm gonna be riding on the bike with
Cute.
Pico on there, and I think that'll make it my
You gotta
favorite
get little
vehicle so far.
goggles.
Nice.
God, I'm telling you,
Oh.
she loves it. It's gonna make my day.
Oh, my gosh.
that's a big backpack.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
what was your other question?
It's a long one. That was good dialogue.
All right.
Let's just save it
Well,
for
can I
next
do
time.
that? Would you rather, real quick?
Yeah,
The-
this is a good one.
Would you rather $5 million cash right now, or be able to see have the ability to see 5 seconds into the future?
Any part of the future you want to see?
At
$5
any
million
time.
right now.
Really?
Yeah, I don't want to know my future. I want to live it. I want to live in the moment.
5 seconds though. I'm thinking car wrecks. I'm thinking I'd never lose in rock, paper, scissors.
Does it have to be your future or just the future?
I don't know. I guess the future. But it's only 5 seconds. So
Because I was thinking the future, then you could look to see what the Powerball is going to be, and then you get more than $5 million.
$100 million.
But can you buy one in 5 seconds?
No, you just have to see it, see what the numbers are. There's no way I would remember the numbers. I take that back.
$5 million is a lot of money.
I'm
I don't
taking
want to
$5
know.
mil.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't want to know anything about my future because I'm going to overthink. I'm going to ruminate. What if my future's bad?
Here's
5
also thought
seconds
it-
from now is totally controllable.
5 seconds from right this second?
Yeah, you're saying 5 seconds into the future right now. Like
Oh.
5 seconds.
Oh, I thought it was like
you
5
can pull
seconds
that
at any time.
No, I'm pretty
Jeez.
sure it's just the next 5 seconds in your future.
Oh, $5 million.
That's the
I
dumbest
think-
prompt.
No, because I think there are things that you're like, wow, that would actually come in handy. I think I'm doing the 5 seconds.
All right. I'm sticking with the 5
I guess
million.
I have too many 5 millions, so I just feel like I just
Oh,
yeah, would be
yeah,
used.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
We're just greedy.
Yeah. You guys are.
Andrew Hiss, what would that be?
Oh. Oh, snap.
Andrew has a reel
For us.
Yes, he does.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
can he show
yeah,
us
yeah,
right
yeah,
now.
right now.
I can't wait.
Ugh.
so that's horrible looking. This isn't a reel; it's just a photo. But
Yeah,
Gosh.
so we have a we have a follower radiographer on Instagram.
Is this a
and,
real person?
Well, yes, this is, but this isn't the main photo. So he sent me this compilation of photos because I found a photo on his account and I was like, please tell me if this is real or not. And the craziest thing is the photo I'm going to show you kind of looks like a gray. But what this is so if you look at this, they can scan and find every tissue, right? Like x-rays and different scans. They can go through and identify like fats and bone structure and muscle. And if you take away everything, or if you take away the fat and the muscle and you're left with like what skin on bone looks like, it's this next photo and it is absolutely terrifying. And so I talked to him. I was like, tell me this is true. This is actually what he does. He like works with surgeons. He's a radiographer. I forget his longer title, but
So this
This
is what it would look like if skin was directly on the bone.
skin and bone. And that's actually what it would look like.
Andrew, you need to be canceled.
I don't like that.
Dude, that's actually a good horror movie right there, dude. Oh man.
I hope you did for the edit. You need to do a full
Okay,
screen with
okay.
the jump scare.
Is that not like the
That's
worst?
so scary. I did not look at it anymore.
I guess that makes sense. They're going around the teeth and the bone.
Yeah, it would sink in. But that looks like a flippin' gray with a big smile.
Oh, the smile.
So that's what I would look like if I lost all my fat. If I just
Yeah.
went on a full diet.
Josh and I were just talking about the other day. It's like it's so weird that our skeleton is all covered up except for our teeth are just our skeleton poking out.
Yeah.
Ew.
It really is scary. Like I remember like pulling your like my mouth like your like lips back and stuff and just showing like the full teeth. I'm like, this doesn't. It just feels weird.
I hate just the fact that I'm a big bag of organs. And meat.
We're animals, dude. We're straight up animals.
Yeah.
That's so good. Love it.
Speaking of
Love
animals,
it.
we got to go back to weather stuff.
Okay.
Whether or not what?
Whether or not Europe had a blackout.
Spain? Was
Yeah,
it?
it was like Spain and Portugal. Some
Barcelona.
Wait,
Madrid.
they didn't?
They did.
No, they did. I was just trying to set up the thing. It
got
didn't make sense.
It got me. It got me.
Yeah, so Spain and Portugal, other cities in Europe, they had just had this massive blackout. I think it was like up to like 24 hours, but I think there's still some regions to where they're still without power. I'm not sure.
Kind of scary.
Yeah, well, it was super weird, and the explanation they gave is just even more strange. They said it was due to a atmospheric anomaly, and they said basically it went from hot to cold too fast, which everyone was looking at the chart, and it went from like 60 degrees to like 70 degrees. Not that big of an influx.
Mhm.
We do that every day
I
here.
know.
But it caused the atmosphere to vibrate, they say, which triggered like a shutoff for the power plants. And it's like, no, there's no way.
That's huge.
Florida
Yeah.
wouldn't exist if that was a thing that happened.
Yeah.
Is that anything related to the spiral, you think, in the sky?
I think, well, this is maybe. So I think what people are not saying, and scientists are like kind of like, this is happening right now, is the pole shift is happening, right? So the North Pole is moving, they said actually faster than it has in thousands of years. And what that's doing is weakening our magnetic field around Earth, which allows the sun's radiation to penetrate Earth harder and harder and harder.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh.
And so the theory is that there's for a fact, our protection layer of Earth is at the weakest point it's ever been, I think, in history.
Oh my gosh.
And the sun this past week had like, they call it like the geomagnetic storms or whatever.
Yeah, flare ups.
And they ranged from like 1 to 5, 5 being the worst. And we just had a 5, like a full on like boom.
It's like the knowing.
Yeah. And so they're saying that is probably what happened. And they're just like, they don't want to say that to like freak people out. Like, hey, this is actually a pretty big concern.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
That
apocalypse
we're-
is happening.
Yeah.
Do they not just think it's like, China or something like that?
Well, that would be another theory, right? Is that it was like an EMP attack or like the testing out an EMP attack, which would make sense
What's
for a
going on?
whole. What?
Why would they want to attack Portugal?
They just have historic precedent of like the airplanes that got shut down. That was they've come out later, and certain people in intelligence have said, like on U.S. soil, our airports went down. They said that it was them kind of seeing if they had fully like had access to our grid and could hack in and change things.
So there's nothing politically happening with Portugal right now that they would want to attack it.
Not that I'm aware of.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
That was my thing. Is like as soon as they
Spain.
went blackout, I was like, that's so vulnerable as a company, a country.
Yeah.
Just imagine like
But they're really peaceful. Did you
bombs
see that?
dropping. Yeah,
that
that's
was
crazy.
actually sick.
Oh, like America, it would just be looting everywhere. But in
Everywhere.
Madrid, they're like having wine in
They
the
were
streets.
partying!
And it's
Yeah.
like,
Did you see
So-
you
that?
guys
Just another
handled
day.
this really well.
Did you see all the dumb critiques? I saved one. It was like, so this is really, it's really all because of the phones. That's why they were like, they didn't go to work all day. It's because they weren't
It's
at work.
Yeah.
Work's the problem.
Dude, I saw that they
no,
had
not a phone inside. It's like, yeah, because they didn't work, and obviously they just chilling, dude.
Yeah.
I saw two things. I saw they had a blackout, and then I saw that it was like a power something or other, some big piece of equipment that the Trump administration previously seized because they believed that China had done something to it before they installed it. And I immediately went on Amazon and bought a wind-up. It's a flashlight, an emergency radio, and a cell phone charger. It has like all the things.
Smart.
It was like
You
$30.
should get a sat phone.
Wait,
I
that's so smart. You just wind it up
Yeah,
and
you're
it
never
generates
without.
electricity.
Yeah, and it has a solar thing. So if
Just
solar,
do it for Netflix.
Yeah, you're right.
Josh, we're
You're
starving. The
so
kids
smart.
haven't ate.
Hold on.
Please power the oven.
But yeah, this leads into another thing that I want to talk about, which is We've talked about it a couple times, but like underground cities.
Yeah.
This lady,
Yes.
the Tucker Carlson interview.
Yes. I haven't seen. I don't know what this is.
This is nuts. Okay. Former Bush administration official Catherine Fitz. She was just on Tucker Carlson's podcast.
Cool.
And she did this really deep dive. She said it took 2 years to find all these connections with somebody else. I forget who it was. But basically, they uncovered of what they know of are all these major underground cities that the U.S. has been building since 1988.
Pardon?
Dude, what?
With a total of what they found, paper trail, they've spent over $21 trillion on underground systems and cities, funded through 2 decades of unaccounted federal spending, money that vanished from the ledgers of the Department of Defense and the Department of Housing and Urban Development between 1988 and 2015.
Well, it's happening. All this money is disappearing. They can't account for it.
And she says, for sure, with what they know, is that there are 170 underground cities under the entirety of the U.S. and in the ocean. And
Non-speculative.
Non-speculative. This is for a fact.
This girl worked with George Bush Sr.
Yeah. And they said that they are all connected via high-speed transit systems, and that they use an energy source or energy technologies that the public has never been allowed to see. And it's all for the purpose of a potential extinction level event.
Right.
This is literally that show on Hulu.
Yeah. Who's getting selected? Is this why they're starting this whole...
Well, it's for the elites. That's what she
I
said.
see.
And she's like, they made this joke of like, someone said to her, like, well, you know, if you keep digging into this, your name's going to be taken off the list.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't know if I would want to be down there with all these people.
I know.
Like, you know?
Seriously.
I'll take the hard
It's literally
way.
ruled by Bill Gates.
Yeah.
He's the king.
But I mean, it's wild.
It's confirmed.
She said what she knows of 170, but she's like, it's probably way more. And $21 trillion, probably way more than that.
Yeah.
Dude,
Big
well,
time.
think there is if you're going underground, there's a finite amount of people that can be housed. And so you think about, even if it was like, we need to prepare for this, it would incentivize like extermination of our populace.
Mm-hmm.
Things like limiting fertility, things like, you know, the unaliving, not yet born.
Well, it's like the Georgia Guidestones, where it said for Earth to survive, the population needs to be, is it 500 million?
What? The Earth?
Yeah, the population of the Earth.
Needs to be 500 million. Yeah, it's crazy.
What are we now?
Over 8 billion.
Is it
billion
8? Okay,
people.
we gained a billion.
Yeah.
Shoot.
It's weird and super freaky. Yeah, I don't know. It's just like, but that made me think of like, you know, like for years now, people were like, what's that sound of like it sounds like trumpets in the air and stuff. But people were like, oh, it's harp, or that one dude who was in like Idaho or Wyoming or something.
Out on the ranch?
Out on the ranch with the like the ground, like, dude,
yeah,
they're
drilling under.
actively drilling under the entire U.S. And that's what I think the sounds are. It's just literally the earth just shifting underneath their feet. That's creating this noise of these trumpet-like sounds.
Why wouldn't they do it?
I know.
Like, that's people like that aren't going to believe this. Why wouldn't they? They
Yeah.
have the money. They have the resources. They have the land. All of that land underneath, like especially in Colorado, like all those places.
Yeah.
Dunzo, dude.
Yeah, I guess it's for like, I guess I would do it if I were president, only because it's like we have to ensure the survival of the human race.
Yeah.
We have to continue our country.
But then here's the question: who's surviving?
Yeah.
Who's on these
And
lists?
that's the thing. When
Social
this stuff gets
credit
out,
score.
if this thing were to be leaked, which it already has, people realize that. I mean, what are we going to do? We're not going to be on that list. People are going to lose their minds.
Yeah.
People
I don't
will lose their
want to
minds.
live underground with Bill Gates.
Come on, that would give you your shot. You could get something done.
Good
You imagine the pressure, though, of having to make a decision for your family. They're like, let's just say it was like, you can come if you want. And it's like, you have to make a decision. Like, we're telling you it's going to happen in like 30 days. Are you going to come with us or not? And you actually have to make that call.
I know, and like knowing that the rest of your family isn't going to survive it, like that's That's painful.
Well, Tucker made a really good point too. He's like, well, how you would think like, how can they make these ginormous cities under the U.S. without anyone knowing? He's like, but did you know there's like this giant like electrical transformer box in Washington D.C. that's like a mile or something from the White House, but that's actually the entrance and exit to the White House, an underground tunnel system.
Did he just out the president's like escape route?
I think it's well known now.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The super highways, dude.
Yeah,
We
like,
talked about that a long time
and that
ago.
was built under D.C., like the most like visited place in the U.S. You know, I don't know if that's true, but
it has to be.
They're probably using those frequencies to move the rock and stuff like that.
The melting of the rock.
Yeah, we melt
you got that
rock.
technology.
Oh,
So it was like no problem. They did it on a Tuesday.
Yeah, probably.
No, this has nothing to do with the hollow or underground cities, but this is my craziest conspiracy that I think is wacky, and maybe we've talked about it before, but I truly like, what if this COVID shot that everyone had was literally just an antidote
I've thought about
to
that. Yeah.
a fume or a bomb gets dropped by an overseas adversary and somehow knocks out all these people who didn't have this COVID shot.
Yeah, they want the compliant.
Yeah. They want the compliant people, the people that are going to say, hey, when we need you to take a shot, we need you to listen.
Yeah.
I mean, enough time would pass by, maybe something that's in our system where 10 years later, we're like, oh man, this is such a tragedy. And it's like, but is it though?
Yeah, that's all.
Was
this
this
all
not
a joke though? Right?
I mean, that's all
Yeah.
joke. Yeah, that's all joke.
Yeah.
It's like,
I thought about
I'm
that
writing a book.
Called All
Fiction.
Jokes Aside.
Just aside.
I
I don't know,
Yeah,
but
I
my
thought-
mind just goes crazy with that kind of stuff.
I thought about that
people
too.
thought the opposite too. Like they want to like lower the population, so that's why they give the COVID vaccine. But that wouldn't make sense for
Right.
like
Psychologically, no.
yeah.
That was I think it was Bill Burr who went on a rant about it. He was like, if they're actually eliminating the people that comply with them, he's like, that's the dumbest move
Yeah.
ever.
I'm also not saying that people that got the COVID shot are the ones that comply the most. Like some people,
Yeah.
that was a terrible time. And
Yeah.
it was so scary.
It was
Yeah,
so
and we know
scary.
people who passed away from
and like
it.
health
there's
issues,
things-
like like there's
it was just blown out of proportion.
It was
Yeah.
it was an impossible choice no matter what you were doing.
Yep.
I thought.
Yeah.
You know.
And we didn't handle it well,
what
unlike
that was
Portugal.
a terrible time.
Yeah, it was really awkward, dude.
I
was
loved it. We were newlyweds.
5 years
Yeah.
ago.
No, I'm just saying of like the society. Like
Oh, yeah, for
everyone was
sure.
mean.
so
Yeah,
mean,
so mean.
dude.
Turn
Like-
normal
Brutal.
people to criminals too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sneak. I had to sneak. They were patrolling our beach to make sure people didn't get in the water or walk on the beach.
That was the craziest
How
thing.
dumb is that?
Literally.
Because it's like the ocean heals you. You know, you're literally cutting
sun.
us off. Yeah.
We're supposed to be
It's the
outside.
dumbest thing I ever heard.
I had a friend who was a lifeguard and was part of the like patrol, and he was like, I will tell you when we pass, and we're making 30-minute or like to an hour loops. And he was like, so once you see us, you have an hour. And so we would get to surf, but it's crazy.
Dude, but what a great collection of data that they're able to collect from this whole
For sure.
worldwide event.
Yeah, because not even if you didn't get your shots, you still got tested.
Yeah.
They still swabbed your mouth,
A
everything.
million times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Biometric data.
Yeah.
With this whole data thing, I just have a question though too. Is like everybody's like, I'm so mad at Mark Zuckerberg. He's stealing all my data.
It's like
Why do we care?
a
What do
lot
we
of
care
times
about?
we're just giving it openly too.
Yeah,
If you
because
have
they're
an-
gonna sell me
if-
stuff.
bro,
That's what I'm
I
worried about.
If you have a smartphone, it's gone.
I saw,
Yeah.
I don't even know what website you were on. We were driving and you opened up a link and it said accept or deny cookies. And just to get it off your screen, I watched you click accept. And I was like, dang.
Yeah, because every website has to do it now, and it's
Yeah.
like, get out of the way.
I hit deny every time.
Yeah.
I started hitting deny because I'm like, oh, nothing actually changes typically.
Did you see the art installation where they did the terms and service agreements like as printed out documents in a color code?
No.
All right, y'all move on. I'm going to find this. It's actually crazy. It's like a literal physical representation of how long per platform the terms and agreement, whatever is.
Oh, geez.
I think I saved it. I'll find it.
It's so funny. But it's like, at the end of the day, aren't we just doing this to ourselves? Right?
Yeah,
Isn't
we're
the government
literally-
giving exactly what human nature wants? And
we're-
it's just what we want, which is sin.
Well, yeah, I
It's
mean, we
just
comply.
distraction.
We comply so easily just for the comforts of this world. You know, it's like
The given, like, it seems
'Cause
like
if you
we're
don't-
getting more than we actually are giving. Like, okay, so I just have to give you my face,
yeah,
and you give me a discount on this stuff, or I give ability to go on my phone and do this, that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, think about just like every little thing. Like even like going to like a store or restaurant now, a lot of them are just like no cash.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, you need a card or a phone or a something. And so you're just like, well, it's easier just to carry a phone because they don't have to carry a wallet. And
Yeah.
it's just like little stuff is just adding up to where it's like we are becoming compliant just for the sake of comfortability, you know?
All right, here it is. So these are the different social media platforms, and literally it's just printed out.
Oh, wow.
Their terms,
Wow.
like as a sheet. Like here's a close up.
Just to accept cookies.
It's like size
Yeah.
size 4
But
font.
the Instagram is the one on the far end, the long one.
Dude.
Wow.
Like that's how much you agree to. Like who has a lawyer? Like you don't have a lawyer who's
Yeah.
gonna like go through.
Yeah,
that.
they know that though. There's like, just click this button. You're fine, dude.
We own you, actually. You just gave us your house.
Congratulations.
Quite
that probably
possibly.
would like there is something like that,
Yeah.
something with the government that we're signing that it's like when things all go crazy, it's like, no, we're legally allowed to do this.
Yeah.
What? Why? Oh, the thing you signed 20 years ago? That's ours.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Speaking of things that we signed 20 years ago, this has nothing to do with that.
It never does. So what
No.
you're fine.
Yeah, you're right. Speaking of things that happened 20 years ago.
Yeah.
The Antichrist dude.
Yeah.
You've been seeing clips of that?
Antichrist, dude. Oh,
He's Abdullah Hashem. The guy with the black beanie.
I didn't know you guys knew about him. I watched 20 minutes of his speech thing on YouTube. It scared me so much.
Yeah. I personally think it's just blown out of proportion. I think this dude has probably not the biggest following. I have not done a ton of research into him, but what he's saying is terrifying.
Right, yeah.
And people are like, he's the Antichrist. I'm like, and he actually came out because he saw all those clips of people saying he's the Antichrist. And he's like, I'm not the Antichrist. I'm the successor of Jesus Christ, the successor of Simon Peter, the true Pope. He calls himself the true Pope. And he's like, because of this this chanting that him and his followers do, he said that was the direct result of the false Pope dying. The earth swallowed him back up.
Is this the dude who looks like a Disney villain?
I think he literally always wears a black beanie.
This is him.
Very scary, man.
No, not who I thought it was. Okay.
But
It's
his cult, that's what it is. He's the founder of Ahmadi religion of peace and light. And his quote is, personally sent by Jesus Christ to deliver end time message. The end time message.
Imagine being peace and light and then dressing all like that and like just speaking the way he did. Like it was kind of scary.
He's saying that he was sent to basically bring the end hope, or he is the messenger sent to the Abrahamic religion, so Christianity, Judaism, and Muslim. And he openly calls on Christians to obey him in his divine authority.
Oh boy.
Ass.
But yeah, but they like interviewed like some of his followers, and they've witnessed him performing miracles. A couple of them that apparently he's brought people back from the dead
Oh.
that have died. This one lady said that he literally made the moon disappear one time. And it's like, I'm not saying this it could just be a social media thing, but also be on the lookout for him.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
David
yeah.
Copperfield did that too.
Yeah,
so
he did.
it's not a big deal.
But they never showed that.
They never did. No. Because everyone blinked at the same time. Yeah, it was gone.
He's gone. It does say in Revelation if they say I come from the desert, it's not me.
Yeah. He is an
But he's the
Egyptian American.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So not the desert.
I don't know where he came from. Phoenix.
Also, once again, yeah, Phoenix, just the desert. Also, whenever we talk about like, you know, like you prophesy in my name, you perform miracles in my name, yet I never knew you.
Yeah.
So it's like that doesn't say anything.
It does say that the Antichrist will be able to perform signs and wonders. But again, it seems
It's too on the
to me-
nose. Yeah.
But could it be?
Well,
Like, could we just be like, oh, this guy is a little too on the nose? But then, like, what if something like, oh my gosh, it was like, well, this is
Isn't that the point?
right on the
No,
nose.
no, it
Isn't
really
that the point
was
of the
him, yeah.
prophecy? Is like that it's literally right on the nose.
God's just like, I told you. I literally told you.
I said use your wisdom.
He
Like,
checked all the boxes.
we are the least wise people.
Yeah, it's super weird. But he was saying that the Antichrist, he's like, I'm not the Antichrist. I'm the successor of Jesus. Like, I'm here as a divine purpose. And he's like, the Antichrist is not a man, but it is a collection of men. And he's like, the United States of America is the Antichrist. That's what he was saying.
I can get on board with that, though.
But it is weird and spooky. But because I've been seeing him for like a couple months now, just like popping up. I'm like, what is this? Like, it just seems so weird. And like,
I watched the video like of their service or something, and it was trippy. It just like really kind of messed me up. It was weird.
But all the followers wear like black beanies and like black veils and stuff, and it's eerie.
They treat him like a god.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
No thanks.
Enough of
I
a
pass.
red flag for me.
Yeah. But
what about NASA? Do you see that thing with like the lunar eclipse or something? Like NASA confirmed the date of the crucifixion.
Oh
yeah.
Well,
What's
what?
up with that? Have you read into that?
Not really.
No.
I mean, they're able to like backdate it. and,
Yeah,
like,
but
oh,
like
yeah,
how the skies were darkened, and it literally April 3rd, I think, is the day they chose. April 3rd, like for a lunar or solar eclipse or something that happened on that day.
Yeah,
Wow.
fits the biblical timeline and narrative. Pretty.
Once again,
freaking
no
cool.
physical evidence that goes against the Bible. Nothing.
It's amazing.
It's
Yeah.
kind of crazy.
We just watched Ben Hur, the original Ben Hur. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I am Spartacus. Is it that one? No?
No.
No,
No.
that was called Spartacus, I think, maybe.
It's about a guy named Judah Ben Hur, and he's a Jewish man that is oppressed by the Romans,
Okay.
living in, where were they? Judea?
Yeah, just Israel.
Isn't that like a
Um,
3-hour movie?
It's like
It's like a 4-hour movie.
Really?
We took us like 3 days to get through it, but what's so interesting about the movie is that it's his epic. Like, he's just like this epic dude.
Yeah.
But it's while all that is happening, the
Like with
ministry of
Jesus.
Christ is taking place, and so you get
So
like
he's like in
little
the
hints of him.
background and stuff. So like he's
cool.
like
That's
walking
cool.
one time and the Sermon on the Mount's happening, and like
No
it's really
way.
cool
It's
storytelling.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. People need to listen. People need to check out Ben Hur. It's kind of slept on.
Yeah.
Yeah. People aren't talking about this movie enough, man.
But remember, did you guys ever watch the remake of it? The
No.
Ben Hur? Terrible.
Really? I
Yeah.
don't doubt it because the other one, I've never seen it, but I know that one's
It's
a
shot
legend.
beautifully too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, people complain about how long movies now. They've always had long movies.
Yeah.
It's just some directors.
Dude, they had intermissions in movies. They had
Yeah,
an intermission
dude.
in this movie.
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
I've been falling asleep to Lord of the Rings for the past 5 nights, and it makes me sleep like a baby.
You
It's
should
just
try
such a
staying
great-
awake one time and watching it.
Do people do that?
Speaking of governments and stuff, I saw this. This was crazy. So in this one region of France, this 52-year-old farmer, Michel Dumpont, made a remarkable discovery. A gold deposit on his property, estimated of a worth of 4 billion euros.
Oh my gosh.
When was this?
Let this happen to me.
Recently. And basically, long story short, France is like, doesn't belong to you.
Of course. Literally, of
because
course.
of what is it called? As a result, okay, it's called the mining code.
Yeah, I know that
so
it happens in America.
All subsoil minerals belong to the state, not the landowner.
Yeah.
Baloney.
As a result of the find and initiating environmental assessments due to the area's ecological significance, the government of Israel took this gold away from this
That's
man
why
that was
you
on his land.
Don't tell anybody.
Don't tell anyone.
Keep
God.
your mouth shut.
Imagine, you know, the parable of where Jesus says a guy goes and finds
Yeah.
a field and he finds a hidden treasure in that field and sells everything he owns and to buy that lot of land.
Yeah.
And then they leave it out, but later on, one of the disciples came back and Judas came back and just took all the buried
Yeah.
Oh,
treasure.
right, yeah.
That's crazy, though.
How mad?
It's your property.
4 billion euros worth.
That exists here too, though.
It
Like
does.
a lot of people, when they sell, there's like cattle rights and there's mineral rights, not just the land. So you can buy the land from someone to build a home, but like if there's oil found, like the original seller can maintain mineral rights, and so they actually have like anything under the ground is still theirs.
How does that song? How
I
does the
don't
song
get
go?
it.
This land is your land. This land is your land. It doesn't belong to me, even if I find a lot of gold. Is that how it goes?
Yeah.
Please don't
Yeah.
shoot me or take my money.
Can we get more taxes?
Just leave me alone, please.
Yeah.
Speaking of taxes,
Classic.
Jane Goodall. I gotta tell the story real quick. That clip I sent. So you know who she is, right?
Yeah,
Goodall?
of course.
Yeah, the gorilla chimpanzee. She's like got her own institute.
Oh yeah.
Just a little fun story before you get into that.
Okay.
My dad, we were watching.
I love this.
We were on like YouTube, you know, the advertisements before.
Okay.
It was a master class,
Okay.
and it was Jane Goodall.
Yeah.
And my dad like walked in the room, and he's like, "Jane Goodall, master class. What's she gonna do? Teach us about chimpanzees?" And he goes, "I'm like, she probably has some really interesting stuff to say." She's like, "What is she gonna teach us?" That's what he does.
She literally has like her own institute, and she's been like an environmental activist and all this stuff. Anyways, yeah,
Stop it.
yeah, just delete the reel. I'm not
no,
gonna show
no,
it.
let
No.
me see it.
So this is absolutely crazy. She affirms the existence of a Bigfoot creature, like her research. So this is the story.
All right.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
It was taken by another friend of mine into a very wild part of Ecuador, where the people live in these very small communities, and contact between the communities by these hunters who act like, you know, the old traveling minstrels taking the news around. And so I said to the translator, is one of these people here? He said, no. I said, well, next time you see one of them, could you ask him if he's seen a monkey without a tail that walks upright? And after about 2 months, an answer came back that this guy had talked to 4 of the hunters, 4, and they all said, oh yes, we've seen a monkey with no tail, it walks upright, and it's about 7 foot tall. These are the kind of stories that make me feel that there's something. I mean, otherwise there wouldn't be stories in every single country.
And she's like, oh, those are
Thank you, Jane.
chimpanzees, but it's like,
No, yeah, she wouldn't say that. And so I looked up what exists in Ecuador.
gosh, I actually scrolled back to that scary photo.
But so they do have the only potential primate other than an ape that is tailless. I think it maxes out at like 30 pounds. So that's not a 7-foot creature. And an ape is very like distinguishable as, you know, the thing is huge and Ecuador doesn't have them. So literally there's the people they live in pods of 30 people and they traverse miles of dense, literally they're hunters. They're using game trails. And occasionally they come upon a 7-foot tailless
7
primate.
foot tall is terrifying.
Oh my
Dude,
gosh.
I mean, that's an NBA player.
And that's
Yeah.
that's
Like,
4
with
of them.
full muscle.
They don't exist in the same communities. These are hunters who are crossing lands to go back to their community. So they're not like huddled up coming up with this
Yeah.
story. They're exchanging from different parts of the same jungle. They're like, yeah, the 7-foot tailless.
But she
primate
also
things.
said these stories are all over the world too.
Yep.
And there's not chimpanzees all over the world.
Yep.
That's so crazy.
Dude, let's
Dude.
get Jane Goodall on the
Dude,
pod.
Jane Goodall
Yeah.
believes in Sasquatch.
Was she still alive?
Yeah, dude.
Good. That's
Of
good.
course.
So I saw that.
Goodall.
That was it, what was that, Travel Channel? And then she did the A24 podcast where she's talking about it again. So
Dude,
it's crazy, man.
It's fun.
What if
she's
Jane
almost
Goodall-
there. She's almost on the
Yeah,
cryptid team.
Exactly.
We'll get her a tee.
Yeah.
That'd be so cool. Jane Goodall on one of our tees. Let's go. Dude.
7 feet tall.
Ugh.
That's wild.
Dude, I saw that video of the gorilla Coco getting the word that Robin Williams died. Like they signed to
Oh,
him
yeah,
that he
yeah.
died, and the gorilla cried. And it was the saddest thing.
Dang.
Because he had like bonded with it and stuff like that and visited it throughout the years and stuff. So sad.
Mm.
Oh man.
Make me want to cry.
Mm. Yeah. Well, there's a lot of crazy stuff happening in this world.
Do you see Trump has a 2028 merch
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
on his
man.
actual website?
Dude,
What is going
We-
on?
This guy's just a silly goose.
What is going
well,
on?
obviously you saw the Pope picture, right?
Yeah.
That he reposted.
I saw that it happened. I haven't seen the photo yet.
Oh yeah, it's this AI image of the Pope just going, or of him as the Pope.
Yeah. And with a
Uh,
lightsaber on set.
and obviously people are like freaking out. I think he just loves to make
he's
drama.
a troll, dude.
He just loves drama.
Yeah, he loves staying in the picture.
Lives for it. I bet
no
you.
bad press.
But it did remind me of my dad. My dad would post something like that, and like just like he's like, "This is so funny," and Trump's were like, "This is funny."
This is
not gonna lie, this is cracked me up a bit.
My dad would totally do that.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
I think it's wild, dude.
we've
But
had to turn my dad like tell him like of certain business ideas. Like, you can't do that, Dad. You're gonna offend a lot of people. I'll tell it on Patreon. One of them.
The rug.
The rug.
But the rug's pretty good.
There's another. It was a movement, and he wanted to.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
I remember.
I'll tell it on Patreon because we'll get in trouble. You do that. Like,
I still want to do it though. Just a T-shirt.
You can't do that, Dad. He's like, this is what it is. He goes, "Why?" He's like, "It's funny." And yeah, it's you, Dad.
That's how
so
you guys
good.
get away with so much in here.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, because it's your dad's sense of humor.
yeah. He's just like, yeah, whatever, dude.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah, I have a couple of things I want to say, but one I really want to do more research on.
What?
It's about
Tease
a
it.
psychiatrist, Carl Jung.
Yeah.
Do you know
like
about
a
him?
super famous psychiatrist.
Yeah. It's so scary.
What do you do?
I'll just say it.
We'll just tease it when we can dive
Yeah.
deeper into another specific story or something.
Well, he basically, so he was being mentored by Sigmund
Freud, yeah.
who is like what all
The Lion.
psychiatry is based off of now, is the Freud stuff.
Yeah, but he's being totally discredited now.
But if you look into what Freud like really believed,
Yeah, dude, it's like, did you
He's
just want to hook
psycho.
up with your mom?
that's
He's
I mean,
psycho.
that's what it was psycho.
Hey, she was pretty good looking, okay?
It was really perverted stuff
Yeah,
that
it's
he
strange.
A
and
lot of
but
projecting.
Yeah.
Carl Jung, his stuff was the complete opposite,
Yeah, the
and it was
inverse.
very terrifying. Like, so he said it started at a young age. He would just get visions and
Mhm.
dreams, and like his visions were absolutely terrifying. So like this one vision, he said, this is when he was a boy. He said, "I saw yellow waves, swimming rubble, and the death of countless thousands. This vision lasted 2 hours.
Oh my gosh.
It confused me and made me ill. I was not able to interpret it. 2 weeks passed, then the vision returned, still more violent than before. And the inner voice spoke, said, 'Look at it. It is completely real and it will come to pass.' Shortly after this, World War I happened.
What?
And so his whole life, he was like, said that he was like counseled by like these different entities.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
One of them being a serpent.
What?
Yeah.
Always a good sign.
And like he would go into these dream states. He said basically his philosophy of psychiatry was that archetypes are a huge thing. So like
Archetypes.
Archetypes.
archetypes, sorry. Archetypes, so like symbols and different measurements and stuff within the world and in our dreams. It does mean something.
Mm-hmm.
And like he was, every time he went to sleep, he was like visited by, he said, Elijah the prophet, Cleopatra, the serpent, like just all this weird stuff. But like in college, he studied psychiatry, obviously, but he would attend seances to where he would talk to the dead
boy.
and like was obsessed with studying the occult
Yeah.
because this stuff was happening to him. And he's like, it has to mean something. So his whole breakdown of like psychology, psychiatry, whatever. What's the difference? Psychology.
I should know, but I
is
don't know.
psychiatrists are the medicine.
They can
one.
prescribe medicine. Yeah.
Psychologist is like a therapist.
You have
basically?
to go to more schooling to become a psychiatrist, so you're more learned.
Okay, that's like your doctorate.
Yeah.
Or I don't know.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Yeah. But he's the one that coined the term introvert and extrovert.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, so he was a brilliant man.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But he was just so heavily invested in like the meaning of ancient symbols and dreams and visions.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, his story is just absolutely.
I mean, yeah, history's filled with tons of people that were really smart, but also were diving into this occult stuff and getting answers from this stuff.
Yeah.
Well, and plagued by weird circumstances.
Yeah. And like, so like Freud is like, there's literally an argument between them at one point. They broke like their bond, their friendship or whatever was completely broken because Carl Jung was basically like, there's more to dreams and stuff like that. And then Freud's like, no, you're just having dreams because of
Some
sexual desire.
yeah.
And which is, it's like, what are you talking about, man?
You're just throwing it out there. It's like, you got to dive into this. Is our brain.
No, you're right. But like, and then like you were so right. He's just projecting. It's like, Freud, you need to go to therapy.
Yeah,
it's like,
seriously.
bro, don't put this on me.
But also Carl Jung needed to go to therapy because like, dude, but he like broke it down towards like, if you see a shadow in your dreams, if you see an old man, if you see a woman, if you see a mother, it all means different stuff. And but like, I mean, he went back and studied like ancient occultism and symbols, and like there's some real validity to what he's saying. But I think it's bad stuff. I think like you think of just the different gods and entities, like fallen angels, the watchers, of like their implementation of throughout scripture and throughout the world of different religions and speaking in visions, like the ayahuasca stuff. It's like that's what he was experiencing, so I guarantee there is a lot of truth to his findings and his studies, but like it's mixed in with a lot of really not good stuff.
But that's the thing. It could be an evil truth. It could be things that like if Satan's giving you these clues and you don't know it's Satan, and he's
like the serpent at the tree.
Yeah, like he's just laying it out for you. It's going to work. Not the way God wants it to, but it's going to work.
The serpent's like, you're not going to die. You're just going to have the wisdom of God.
Yeah, and you're going to have full freedom to do whatever you want. Why would you not want that?
Which was the truth. Yeah. But it's like,
it's the evil truth.
Yeah.
It's the dark truth.
Even Saul, like he was oppressed. You know, when we were watching David, I think they do a really good job depicting what that may have kind of been like. But
torment.
But in his torment, he began looking for answers, and that's when they started, like biblically, started consulting with witches to try to discover things. They're finding answers, but I think the takeaway is you don't actually find relief, even if you find answers going down that path.
Yeah. Anyways, I want to look at. I don't want to look too heavily into it because I think it's probably not good to look too much into it. But it's like
Josh pulls out a Ouija board.
1800, 1900s psychiatry and people like that were really big in that time is kind of fascinating to me.
Yeah,
like because it all leads to what we're doing now.
Yeah,
and it's everything that's led like the astral projection, all that stuff. That started from like guys in the 1910s that were really smart and were studying that were claimed to be really great people in their fields, but then have just been outcast because they dive into this stuff. And it's scary and it's weird and it's supernatural. It's unreal.
Yeah.
Well, just the commonality between them is like what they would study. They were fascinated with alchemy and the occult and everything ancient. Yeah. And it's like,
even herbology. There's one guy who literally like did the astral projection stuff. He was studying herbology before. Like,
was it Monroe?
I can't remember what it was.
Monroe is like the leader of like astral projection.
But it's like, how do you get there to there? Yeah. And it's like, but you think about the Watchers and the root cutting and I mean, it's like it's just a huge web, dude.
You talk about the outcast, but to me, what is more sinister and spooky is what was kept. And what we implement now in
just
some
a
of these
different form
therapies
of
and
evil.
counselings. And we had seen a video the other day, and it was criticizing. Was it Freud against Jung or Jung?
Jung. I don't know if it was Jung. It
was Freud against somebody else. It was another person that was another psychiatrist that was big at the time. Yeah. And basically his ideas were kind of thrown out the window, and Freud's ideas took place in a lot of like the modern day therapies and stuff like that. And they were complete inverses. Freud's being dark, ugly, explore this trauma. And the other one saying, liberate yourself from this trauma. Mm-hmm. This trauma, it doesn't define you.
Yeah.
And grow from it. And instead, I mean, you think about therapies and stuff like that, and when you find a therapist and you go through counseling, I mean, you're there and you feel better for a little bit, but where are the real tools? I mean, and people find relief, obviously, but like where it's so hard to find tools to get you from this place to that place. It's just like an ongoing keeping you there, over discussing, over amplifying your trauma.
It's also where you're starting.
Yeah.
Like, and where you want to go. Because if you're starting that process and you think this is my destination, a Freud point of view, you're already fixated on that and you're not allowing God's plan of your mind and your biology to get through this. Instead, we're taking this human and we're putting all of our chips in on this ideology, when in reality, it's like, we don't know how our brains work. And we should look into people who do understand it and not hold ourselves down. Because it's like, maybe an old man in a dream could mean this. But what if God's trying to point, don't pay attention that he's an old man. Yeah. I'm trying to teach you something else. Like we hold on to certain things that we believe is true. When in reality, it's just my brain's full of spaghetti.
I mean, even Christ said though, like to follow him, to become a believer or to a Christian, it's like you die to yourself and you're made new. Like you're
transforming in the renewal of your mind.
You're not going back. You literally die to your old self.
Yeah.
And I wonder if like just applying that to psychiatry, if that could be, it's like don't dwell on your trauma and your, you know,
but that comes through, that comes sacrificing God. You can't do that. You can't like quit worrying about it because then you're just burying it. It's like the renewal of your mind. And like that's God's work.
Laying it at the feet of the cross and saying goodbye.
Yeah. And the woman caught in adultery, pretty traumatic moment, being dragged out in the street. And then his takeaway was go and sin no more.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, turning of your mind, move out in freedom.
Yeah, you just be like, well, how did you get to this point?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Let's explore how you got here.
Yeah.
How did you become a prostitute?
I think we overcomplicate it a lot. I know our feelings are very complicated, but I think it becomes very black and white at a certain thing. It's like, who are we trusting? Are you trusting yourself to deal with this or trusting the person who created you?
Dude, I haven't held on to any of Freud's stuff. When I was a psych major, did I tell you guys how he believes like fetishes came into existence?
Yeah, that's what we were hinting at, right? I mean, with moms.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Like that's so weird.
It was all mom related.
Yeah.
It was so weird.
And that was like our standard for the medical industry.
Like
still is.
Mental health.
Still is.
Everything. Okay, I have to pee so bad I'm leaving you guys.
Well, actually, because we'll continue this conversation on patreon.com/ninjas and butterflies.
That's right. Download the app today. You get an extra episode every single week. You get these episodes early every week, discount codes on merch, behind the scenes content, all that you want.
Yeah.
Patreon.com. You can cancel anytime. Super easy. Go start now because it's a lot of fun. We love hanging out with you all there.
Yeah. And make sure to follow us on, subscribe to our YouTube, follow us on Spotify. Give us a review, 5 stars. We got a 1-star review the other day.
Boo.
Yeah.
Listen, go to Spotify, leave us a review. We were off Spotify for like a blink last week.
Yeah.
But now we're back.
Terrifying.
Please leave us a review. It helps us, even if you don't listen on Spotify. If you leave a review on Spotify, we're going up in the rankings. We're like top 17, 18 last week in the country in comedy podcasts. All because of you guys in your reviews. So that helps out a lot. Also, get yourself a free t-shirt, SundayCoolSwag.com. And if you want to order bulk t-shirts, you go to SundayCool.com and we'll print your shirts for you.
Did you say free t-shirt?
Yeah, if you give like $20 or something, we'll give it to you for free.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Yep.
Love you. See you on Patreon. Bye-bye.
What you're about to see may disturb you.
Ominous! If any of you know what these multi-decade UAP dolphins are, aliens. You're gonna have a heart attack when you see the light from him. Bottlenose. Fish sticks.
There's a massive police response.
Oh, the dolphin thing. Oh my God! Dolphin style attack!
Thumbnail, real quick.
Thumbnails.
We don't do a crazy face, though, if you don't want a crazy face. You can just be like, he's going to take that. You can just smile.
We're all terrified.